And a promise, Rebecca, over the last few days, last 24 hours or so, to stabilise the markets, but not much detail. How are you assessing, how are markets at least taking this news? What is the pickup from this line coming through?
Well, really, details few and far between, and investors just want to have some more meat on the bone when it comes to figuring out just what kind of support China is planning to offer its markets. We saw this really sort of wild trading, kind of brutal sell-offs earlier today that Avril pointed to. I mean, the CSRC came out, the regulator, over the weekend, saying that going to guard against abnormal fluctuations, they're going to bring in medium and long-term funds, but we don't really have a figure. Now, an academic over the weekend also reaffirmed the need for this $1.4 trillion fund that's a stabilization fund. But when we look at, for example, just a $1 trillion sell-off over just 13 trading sessions, it puts sort of a sense of the scale of support that's really needed to try and reverse this sentiment that we've seen. Also worth remembering the context here that we are approaching, when it comes for onshore markets, the Lunar New Year holiday. So there's only 4 more trading sessions before those holidays break. And so there's some sense of not wanting to go in to that holiday with all of this built up and this sort of fixed window of time to try and divest now. That's, of course, being pressured too by some of the technical selling that we've seen.
Rebecca, what is the latest economic data out of China telling us about whether or not there are any green shoots at all in this economy?
Yeah, this is interesting because a sort of little brief green shoot, a little brief moment of optimism here with services PMI that came in for last month. They certainly in expansionary territory, 52.7. The expectation was 53. So albeit modest growth, but somewhat we are still at least seeing growth, and really off the back of stimulus. The focus there is this continuation of a trend that people are tending to spend on services rather than buy more expensive goods. And the thing that we'll really be watching next is what kind of data we see result as a result of the Lunar New Year holidays. Now, we know typically Beijing has actually overestimated the benefit or the boost we were expecting to see last from the Golden Week holidays. That came in October. The number there was sort of quite disappointing compared to the projection that we were expecting. So forward looking, that's really the number to look at. Let's see whether people are opening their wallets as they get to Chinese New Year.